Mark Twain once said, "It ain't the parts of the Bible I don't understand that bother me. It's the parts that I do understand." This morning we're going to read a passage that's kind of like that. It's not hard to understand. It's hard to implement. And so Matthew chapter 5 and verse 38, Jesus continues with his, "Ye have heard that it hath been said, but I say unto you. Ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth." Now this is a quote from Leviticus, and this is the measurement of justice. In other words, that the punishment should match the crime and not go beyond the crime. So an eye has been taken, an eye is what it costs. A tooth has been taken, a tooth is what it costs. In other words, match the punishment to the crime. But you got to remember, this isn't about personal offenses. This is law. This is justice within the nation of Israel. This is carried out with judges and courts and that sort of thing. But what the Pharisees had done is they had taken this and they had made this about personal retaliation. And individuals had been taught to carry this out amongst themselves. And Jesus says, "But I say unto you that you resist not evil. But whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if any man will sue thee at the law and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also." He says, when we've got this saying that comes down to us today in popular culture, turn the other cheek. So what's Jesus saying? Is he saying don't defend yourself if someone's trying to hurt you? Nah, that's not it. He's talking about getting hit on the cheek. This is a slap. This is a personal insult. So I've been personally insulted. The natural recourse is to personally insult someone back. And he says don't do that. Turn the other cheek to them. He says somebody comes and they sue you for your coat. Well, I mean, think about what kind of person would sue a man for his coat, especially if that's the only one he's got. This is an unjust situation here. He says, what should you do? So we'll just give him your cloak also. This is going above and beyond. And instead of clinging so tightly to this thing, you're just saying, okay, if you're that wicked, you're that evil, you're that unjust to sue a man for his coat, here, just take my heavy outer garment as well. The Romans had a law that they could compel someone to carry a soldier's pack for 1 mile. He says, whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with them twain. Here you are, you're occupied by this Roman force and you hate it, you can't stand it, and they can make you carry their pack for a mile. Well, it's not going to kill you, but they hated it. The Jews, boy, they didn't want to do it, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't have wanted to either. Jesus says, just pack that thing 2 miles for him. Just go above and beyond and show him that you are different than everybody else. And why are you different than everybody else? You're different because you're a follower of Jesus. You're different. You're not going to personally retaliate against personal abuses. Romans chapter 12, verse 17, recompense to no man evil for evil. Somebody slaps you on your right cheek and you hit them back. Anybody can do that. It takes a really self-controlled, really Christ-strengthened person to look at them and turn the other cheek. Instead, Romans says, provide things honest in the sight of all men, if it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Jesus says, give to him that asketh of thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away. This is a Holy Spirit empowered supernatural response to the world. This is not the way that the world reacts. This is not the way that the Pharisees react, but this is a way that as we react in love, as we react in the incredible courage that it takes to take an insult and not return it, the self-discipline and the understanding of identity, of who we are, that we don't have to defend everything. We don't have to make sure that we're not embarrassed or that we're not being manipulated in some way. We leave all that up to God. You see, this is Holy Spirit, supernatural, empowered living. And only somebody who's got Jesus in their life could possibly do this. Let's let him empower us to live today. God bless you. Have a great day.